Citizens Guard. That's you. All of you. Not me. I'm part of it. But it's you. I want to start by thanking all of you who are part of the group. And hoping the ones that aren't join in. I want to start off by reading you a simple poem. Solitude is. Solitude is a man on the street, standing alone with no one to meet. He cries out for help and receives no reply, so he looks to his heart and he wishes to die. But the reaper won't answer his call for the grave, so he contemplates suicide, but isn't so brave. He looks to the heavens in search of a God, finds only the preachers who don't give a sod. He returns to his heart, feels a weight like a stone, so full of life, so sadly alone. Any society that can force that attitude onto a 14-year-old child needs to change. There's the poem. It was written by me in Eastwood Park Detention Centre. I was 14 years old. I was in a cell, I was in a pair of shorts, I was freezing my ass off, and I'd just been put against the wall in a stress position known as the chair. It's where they sit you up against the wall, like this, with your back against the wall, and you're propped up there by your spine, and you're left there. It's difficult to describe pain. It's difficult to describe this. And when you're watching these people go past you, laughing at you, the ones in authority, the ones that put you there, the contempt and the anger makes you sit there for a little bit longer. There's no script here. We have a society where cruelty is beyond what we see. A level of cruelty that goes beyond comprehension of ordinary, everyday people. The abuse, the violence. The abuse is one thing, but the violence and the brutality surpasses even that. If you've never had brutality, you can never understand it. The people that are running our country understand brutality. Children like me at the time, who were over creative and a little bit, we were definitely in one for being brought down and being brought under control. The fact I had an over creative imagination and you couldn't keep me still if I didn't want to be still was irrelevant. The fact I wanted to explore, to understand, irrelevant. A punch in the face and thrown 3 yards across a room, that's pretty relevant. The scars don't go away. These are the people in charge of us. Social services. But for me, the politicians and the psychiatrists, they're the worst. Because they commit criminal offences against you and I every single day, and we can do nothing. I didn't lose my children. I knocked on the door, and they were gone. I didn't lose my company. I went into work and got physically removed, like this, by 2 Muppets from the licensing company. In 15 minutes flat, my company was gone. No warrant. No. Hello, Mr. Anderson, how you diddling? No compensation. Nothing. Done. And when I went to tell my doctor, excellent. I've got mental health problems and I get stuck on tranquilizers. 3 years later, I get off the tranquilizers. It was an interesting time being on them, I will grant them that, but not one that I'd want to relish forever. The will to come off them and what it leaves behind is far surpassing anything that I can put down in a book. It's chaos inside here, but I live with it. I didn't make what is happening to me. I didn't lose my right. They were taken away. I've challenged the Queen on the Magna Carta. I've challenged the Prime Minister. You have all seen the emails I've done. I've challenged them all, top to the bottom of the pile. And not one of them's willing to stand in front of me and say, Mr. Anderson, you got a point. We got nothing in this country left. The schools are shot to hell. The dentists are all shot to hell. Our Medicare's all shot to hell. Everything we have has been sold off. I'm 52. I ain't got no pension. I ain't got nothing. I'm going to be on benefits because of mental health problems for the rest of my life, if they have their way. What society creates people like me? I'm lucky enough that I have enough going on inside my head that I can control the violence that is just seeping out of me. But too many people can't. And here's our problem, because they all want to run around the corner with a Kalashnikov looking like bleeding whatever. Wait till half their face gets shot away and the other eye's hanging out of its socket. Send them home that way. See if Mummy thinks they're a bloody hero then. It's all wrong, it's upside down, and we need to change this. But we can't challenge political policies because there are none. We can only challenge what we understand. And I understand a criminal mentality. I have lived with them all of my life. And what I do understand is we're not run by politics. We're not run by theologians who have got idealistic ideas about bringing out the new British Reich or whatever. Well, I don't know so much about Cameron, but we'll bypass that. We don't have ideological people in control of us. We have fundamentalist con artists. These people pretend to represent you and take your food off of you. You can't add any more than that. This needs to change. You people are the people that are going to change it. It's up to you. Without you, it just carries on. You can't keep making people like me. It's not on. Salut.